Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I'm Babu Owino, Member of Parliament, Embakasi's constituency. Today I want to talk about university education and how President William Ruto has failed Kenyans in matters education. The students who did their KCSE exams and are being admitted at different universities are around 800,000 students, of which the government's intention is only to sponsor 45,000 students, which means that over 750,000 students will not be sponsored. The lowest course, that is a social science, is costing around 300,000 Kenya shillings per year, which means that a mama mboga in the village, a boda boda rider in the slums, a mjengo person in any part of this country must part with 300,000 Kenya shillings per year. In 4 years, they must part with 1.2 million Kenya shillings to take their children to school, for the comrades to graduate. This is not going to be possible. Why? Because a mama mboga on an average only gets around 200 shillings per day, or even 100 shillings. On a good day, 200 shillings. How long will you accumulate 200 shillings to get 1.2 million if you're doing a social science? Meanwhile, if you're doing a science subject, a science course like medicine, then you must part with 600,000 per year. This gives us a total of 3 million if it is going for 5 years, or 3.6 if it is 6 years. And this is not achievable, which means that in short, we are killing education in our country. William Ruto himself is a product of a university. In fact, the other day, he even did his PhD and is now called a doctor. If you value that education that much, why are you destroying the lives of other Kenyans? Why are you destroying the education system in Kenya by only providing 45,000 chances to the students based on neediness? And I want to tell you that of the over 800,000 students who did the exams, they are all needy. Because what is the criteria that you will use to select on a needy student? Every student who comes from the village is needy. Every student who comes from the slums is needy. And there are those who are coming whom their parents were able, but some have retired, some have been sent away from jobs, some have passed on. These are needy cases. Therefore, this idea of only selecting 45,000 is not viable at all. The other day, we saw our students rushing to help offices to apply for this scholarship, to apply for help, and you saw the system was down. And that can clearly tell you that the government is sabotaging the education in our country. During elections, you don't hear of the systems being down. When education is involved, the systems are down. Our students are sent back to Huduma centers. At Huduma centers, they are also told that the systems are down. So which means there's a big problem in our nation. And if Ruto himself was a beneficiary of boom, during that time there was something called boom. This boom was a grant. The students were not repaying it in terms of a loan because it wasn't a loan. There was no help during that period, but he benefited from it together with Gachagua, and that is what has made them who they are today. That is what made them steal elections. And I can tell you guys clearly that you need to sober up. You need to bring this house in order. We must recognize these children, and we must know that it is only education that will salvage these students from the bondage of poverty, from the shackles of poverty. You have to know that these students are chained by poverty. and you have to salvage them, whether you like it or not. Furthermore, these students, you advise them that they should join universities and nobody should send them away for fees. Once they report to various universities, how are they going to be accommodated? How are they going to get transport? Money to pay as transport from various villages, from various slums to various universities. How are they going to buy food? How are they going to generally survive in various universities? I advise the president to go to the old way of application, where every student who was called by government in any university was funded by the government. It is the role of the government to fund students, because there's a day you promise that university education will be free. Right now, education is not free. So you are literally killing the education system in this nation, and we are not going to give you this opportunity just to run over us, because we are closer to the future than you. You only have a few years to leave office, but we are still here, and we will not allow you to destroy this nation under our watch. Thank you.